walk through my first base, real base in Rust. Yes, I'm narrating this. So I got my refiner outside, got it all wired up. Auto refines. We got mailbox out front. A sensor so I know when enemy and friends come. Got turret up there. Battery for all that crap. The door auto closes behind. Little sensor in here so if enemy do come in my airlock they get zapped by a Tesla coil. My little drop box for people to give me crap. Pressure pad. This pressure pad is activated to my Rust Plus so I know when anybody walks in the front door. Then that's the pipe for the refiner. Pipes it all in here to auto refine everything. And that refiner goes through these little conveyors to take in and to put all the wood and crude oil in the refiner and then pull out the product of it, which is the oil. Here's all the oil, like tons of freaking low grade oil. The wood for that, and then obviously the crude. So that's that little system. Then okay, and then here going back here, this is actually for the Tesla. Makes the Tesla coil go off, right? Actually, no, this one here is for Tesla. This one here, I think that's for the auto refiner. Yeah, that's for the auto refiner, and it has, once it's done refining, it's gonna make this light flash. Then going over here, all my locks, and this is the jump up to the second floor. This is not active now, but this was to make charcoal, so it's auto charcoal machine. Basically, it took out of here all the wood up to a certain amount, fed that wood through the furnace, and then put the charcoal back in the box. Little igniter there and everything to do that. That was that. That's a door opener. Notice this door is open, but if I go away, the door actually closes, and you'll see it come up and it opens auto. Going in here, this is my sleeping room, but also it has conveyors to bring all the pumpkins from upstairs down, and the pumpkins arrive in the fridges. Evenly stacked in the fridges. They're locked so everybody can come and get their pumpkins. Then over here we got I got some smart alarms to alert me of different things. If turrets see things outside or whatnot, these little smart alarms go off. Then over here, this is the water system for desalinization of the water. That's what this does. And all this water once. Oh, speaking of which, a turret's going off upstairs. Let's see what's happening outside. Let's see, got some action. Let's see, let's go look. Let's go look. I figure as much, but hey, going up to look. Maybe Matt's gonna kill me.
Look at his, thing.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, this is the external base from my base to make more power for my base. It was a stable for making poop. It was a poop shack, and then somebody raided it, so it got a little griefed. But it turned into this little stable in here, right, with some boxes. And this is basically a place for power, and that sends that power down to my base down there via putting in a battery first. And if you look up here, it actually also has a turret, which is kind of important to keep the base going because that guy griefed it. It's nice to have a turret up here to get rid of him. Oh, and up here has cameras because this was the highest point, so I got some cameras overlooking, which is kind of cool. Let's see.
Everybody cleared out the high qual.
Yeah. Alright, and then
there's no high qual left on this boat.
How much do you need? I think I got some of it.
So then here's the water.
Just enough for my base.
This water gets sent down to my garden, down in my base.
I thought there'd be at least some. I saw some on here, and I guess that's what people.
And since we're out here, I'll actually show you something. I did make 2 garages. This is a garage for a dinghy, little wood one.
36 high
I had a
quality
single sub, and it was in here.
Ah,
A
there's
single person sub was in
know
here.
I have some here.
And the door on the
Oh,
outside,
yeah,
if
there
you
was
watch,
there
it
was
actually
300
opens
on here,
automatically.
but it's
So
all
I'll
gone.
go in this one so you can kind of see. Ah,
Recycle this
here we
shit
go.
now.
You see? Ah, yeah. That's not good.
Coming.
No. Get out. I have to get out. I'm gonna die. No. Yeah, this is not good. You're supposed to come in here with a boat. I might die. Nope. I just made it out. Whew. Okay. I wasn't supposed to do that. You go out with a boat, you don't get hurt. Let me do this. I will go. Anyway, the door on the other side opens automatically when you come up here with the boat, which is kind of cool. So on this side, you can go out here and show it. So here we go. So this door opens automatically. The door controller and then the sensor, so it knows when a friend comes here. And once you come in here with the boat, the door will close behind you. So if you go over here where the sensor can't see you anymore, see the door closes. And then, okay, that's the garages out there. Next I'm going to show you is the sub garage, which you have the living quarters here, and then there's a little switch. You can flip this switch, which makes a lot of light, so you know that the
Where you at,
garage
Nick?
door is open,
On the
and that opened the door down there, so that my
on the boat.
sub's in here, right? And what's cool about this sub little place, once you're in the sub here, right? This is a little emergency
Oh
room
shit, you're
that
all the
has
way down
some
there.
weapons and stuff, so that if I need
Yeah,
it,
I'm on this boat down here.
I am fine. Somebody raids my base, I can res in here on the bag, get my guns and some armor and stuff, and then go in the base and try to get them out. The sub, this is a sub, right? This is for the sub garage. You can actually, take the sub out that door.
Ah,
I'm actually gonna
how much did you
Can't
need?
pick
close
it
the
up.
door,
300.
Here,
right? That
take
closes
these.
the door, so you'll see the door down there closes.
There's some
Whoa!
stones, too.
Somehow I got stuck.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know
need
how
that.
I got stuck. Somehow I am stuck down here. There we go. Oh, I stuck by that. But so the door. Oh, I have to move the sub out of the way because the
There's
door
some
won't
on my
close.
building
So,
decay. With all this shit.
Nah, you should have enough.
Oh yeah, it should be enough till the end.
okay, now that door should close.
This should last me 3 days.
All right. Now, there. Now the door's open. Should close. There we go. Door is closing. Of course, lots of shotgun traps. I have tons of those. Let's see. Keeping scuba gear and some armor and some basic stuff there. So that's that room. Oh, I had a little vending store to sell stuff. Nothing ever sold in here, but I was selling crap. Then we get out of this floor. Have a little jump up. I had a little something here, but I took it down. Once we get in here, this is the main floor, which has all my research tables 1 through 3. Has my repair, has my alchemy thing, making explosives and all that stuff. And then this is an auto furnace system. This auto furnace system takes everything out of here that needs to be refined, pumps it through these furnaces, and then spits it out in the boxes here. For sulfur and for frags. And that's that. Pretty easy on that. Above the door I have some storage up here. It's kind of nice. Then we go into, this is the high quality TC slash gaming room. Obviously got my chippy game in there. Got my TC. Oh, and I set a conveyor to fill up the TC, which was really cool. So this conveyor system fills up the TC
Right, I'm gonna
with
get a
frags.
pen.
Alright,
Good night.
night, man.
This fills it up. You have the auto. It takes out all the frags and takes out frags, high qual and wood and all that stuff, and fills the TC up so that it's always full. So I'm always at 3 days, since that's the most I can put in there. And other than that, little locker for gear, some other crap. This little door here goes up to my 3rd floor. 3rd floor here goes up, and this floor is my garden floor. There's a conveyor that takes the pumpkins from here all the way down, so the pumpkins leave here. That's my god clone for pumpkins, which I've been using for nearly the whole wipe, which is kind of cool. It gets me tons of pumpkins. Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and plant some since they really don't matter right now because the wipe's almost here. So those are the pumpkins. I got the sprinkler system giving plenty of water. I got the heat system keeping them nice temperature, and they're all full of tons of fertilizer. That's that. Then this is actually a garage for a Mini. If you open this door, and this door, when you fly in with the Mini, this door auto opens and auto closes. So you drop here with the Mini, you fly in, and the door closes behind you. It works out quite good for keeping your Mini in here. This is the electrical room, this little box here. This has all my electrical. It has 2 big batteries, a whole bunch of small ones, small batteries for each of the turrets and whatnot. And the power from the up on the hill comes through here, and then it's distributed through my base. And then this bin here, because it's by the door, I was keeping stuff like fuel, some night vision sets, some stuff for doing basic engineering stuff, and then some sniper rifles and stuff in case I need it, which is kind of cool. That's that. And then up top I had a turret. I had that turret on the base here, but I moved it up because it needed to be higher up because somebody was trying to grief me by getting rid of it. Obviously I put spikes down there. That's the pump down there too, to get the water up. But there's all landmines. If you can see them, there's landmines up there and everything, so that they can't really get down here easily. There's a turret ender here. If you look down here, you can't really see it, but under here there's a turret, and then there's a little parking spot for my drone, which actually I have my drone parked off a distance from here right now. But that's the walkthrough on the base. I come in here and the door auto closes. Let's see. Come down here. I tried to auto close most of the doors, but to make it a little easier. That's pretty much a tour of my base. In a nutshell, that's the base that gives me my fun and joy for this last wipe. I had a lot of fun. Oh, and this is my computer desk, which happens to have on it a whole bunch of different things. You can see my drone, which right now is parked a ways off. That's my drone. You can see my drone. This is a trap base I made, which is a little base pretty far from the base that we just saw, but I made it with the basically a little fun to trap people and just play with them. A lot of people have gone in there and gotten trapped and they can't get out. And I've perfected it over the time on this wipe to where now has some cool things in it, like Tesla coils and whatnot. Okay, well that's that. Oh, and then on the trap base I also have a camera inside, so this is inside the base. You can see, put this little box, if you put 10 items in it, it's supposed to open the door. I never got it programmed to do it, but it does take all their 10 items that they put in through this pipe and then out to another room that they can't get to. This is my first trap base. I'll make others in the future, but it has a disco ball and a light. This is the electrical room. I think called it electrical room, and there's all the wires in there. I'll show it in a little bit, but that's that. Then also, I have a camera. This is a camera that looks at the front of the base. See, that's the front of the base right there, the entry, right? That room I just showed you. And then this can also look at everything around, which is kind of cool. So you can see, you know, around and some of the other bases around this area. Nobody messes with the trap base because it's kind of impractical to raid it because there's not anything in there of use. So this camera can stay here for a while. And you see little nakeds walking along the path here, getting resources every once in a while, and you can kind of see that. It's kind of cool. You can see other people's bases around here. This is actually an ally of ours, and this is where enemies come down. There's some bases up here that that we fought. And that's the trap base cam. This is the turret on the back that I was telling you. You saw the spikes there. This is the actual turret that can shoot any boats or anything that approaches and tries to attack my base from the back. This is the front turret that I was showing you on the front that has that battery there. Then you got the turret, and then you got the refiner. And this is, you know, the turret that covers here in case somebody comes up here or anywhere around, it shoots them. Then this is the cameras I was showing you up top here. That's looking down at my base so I can see if anybody's trying to do anything or attack it. Let's see. And that's the little, it was the poop base but turned into the power generating base. This is actually an ally here. It's the bunker base that I use when I need to. Then yeah, these are our tugs. We have some boats and tugs here. Actually, oh, that rip disappeared. Probably sunk. But yeah, we have that. Then there's Jacktop. This is the same thing, just looking the other way because there's two. You can see the cameras. Actually, you can't see it, but it's right there on the other side of that brick. But this looks off in this direction, whereas the other one looks on the other direction. You can even see a somewhat of view of the dome over there, right? Then, yep, that's that. Those are the cameras that I had set up, which is kind of cool. Kept a little military crate here with some basics like night vision and things like that. I think I covered everything in the base. That's this base. Let me put this rocket launcher away because I don't need to have this out here with me right now. And I will go out and show you the trap base real quick. That's the base. First real base that I made. My first base wasn't anything like this, but I was clueless on bases. This isn't the best for a raid base, but it's pretty fun for a good practical base that can do pretty much everything. It's a garden base, refiner, you know, pretty much something you would expect for a solo, but you know, and the way the positioning put it in kind of worked out pretty well because it's on the side of a cliff, which kind of worked out pretty well. Alright, so that's that base. Alright, you can kind of see it from the top up there. Now let me go show you the trap base. Since I'm going out of our base area, I might get into a fight. We'll see what happens, but you can go out to the trap base and look at that real quick. This wipe I only made a trap base, a main base, a trap base, and I made some satellite turret bases, which I'll show you in a second. The turret bases just protect everything else, that's all. That's some bases of allies. My team leaders, that's his base. Actually, it kind of doesn't look like it did before, but whatever. It's getting nighttime, but I can still show you um, my trap base before night goes down, hopefully. This is the trap base is pretty far from my main base, because nobody wants to raid a trap base, so it's pretty easy. And almost there. And the sun's going down, so we won't see much, but you can see this is the trap base from the outside. First thing the trap base has, it has a deposit. It has a deposit system right here. Can't really see it, but I'll show it. This is it has a conveyor here which pulls all the loot, puts it in here. You just heard that door open, but it conveys everything in here, so anything people put in the box comes in here. It's secure, so nobody can get it. It's not worth it for somebody to raid that. Now you'll notice once you walk up here, it has a sensor, so the door opens and it says free loot, which is kind of fun. So you go up here. Once you come in, the door closes behind you and you cannot get out. What's even better, first time I made it, people were getting in here and then they would have a friend come by and then let them out. I made it so that if this sensor here has anybody in here, the sensor outside is useless. So anybody can come outside this door and it won't open. They're trapped in here, right? This little sensor here basically tells you that it makes an alarm, but also sends a smart alarm to my phone, so I know somebody's in the trap base. So on my phone, I look at my phone, and sure enough, I got the trap notices, which is kind of cool. That gives you you know, some sort of notice that there's somebody here. I put a camera in here, as I showed you earlier, that shows everything in here, right? Little disco ball to make things a little more interesting. And then a sign that says put 10 items in box to open door. And I was programming that so that once the conveyor sees 10 items, 10 conveys, it will open the door, but I never got to that. But this counter says 3 items. I can go ahead and put some item in here, and then it's going to go to 4 items. Once that gets to 10, it's supposed to open the door, but I never programmed it. And however, once you put something in, it shuts off. It will zap you. So it has a little zapper there. This is the computer closet. You can see in here the TC is back there, right? To maintain it, and then the batteries. This is the batteries that help keep the system going. There's a 100 battery on top and a 50 battery here to power all the stuff that I need. This thing needs like a lot of power, so that's the majority of it. But then there's all these little, you know, the lights and the camera and all that crap. This is pretty simple. That's the smart alert or smart controller. So for my phone, I can turn on the zapper basically. And then a timer so the zapper doesn't stay on the whole time. Then just routing all the power. You know, pretty simple. That's the trap base. Changed this thing up. It had it went from just a simple box room to this after a while. But I'll make this thing again in the next wipe for sure. I'll have some sort of trap base. I had lots of fun making this. Gave me some good laughs over the time. But here's the battery. You can see I had this thing inside, but after a while people would break it, so I put it up on top where somebody's trapped wouldn't see it. But there's solar panels and everything up there. That's that. Alright, those are my bases that I made. I'll quickly do a little tour of the turret bases. originally I made the turret bases out of squares, but I realized I can make them with triangles and be a little more effective. I would need to have one square base just to hold storage and whatnot, but then I can, all the rest can be, oops, let's see, can I get up here? Yeah. Yeah, can do a square base, and then I have the satellites out and away from them. You can have those as triangles. Triangles because they use less resources, and they also they're a little better for the turrets to shoot. But the turret bases, they actually make it so people can't make bases around you. Also, it deters people from attacking your base below. So here you see this is one of my turret bases. It just has turrets, some solar panels, and then inside, if you look inside it, pretty simple. It this one just has a battery for the turret. The solar panels keep the battery going, and then the turret keeps going. And the TC is just basically TC. This one's actually full of wood. Don't need all this wood in here, but for shits and giggles, I'll take that down the base. There we go. Oop. Okay, and that's locked up. And then this is base is the same thing. I just want to make sure I don't have wood in it, because they don't need wood. Yeah, I have some wood in here. There we go. That's that. Alright. This is the main one in the middle. This one has a turret out a bit. This one I kind of have to make a square, but it has your windmill on it and some solar panels. The windmill is also giving power to the other ones that go out from it. Really, this is the only one you need to have a square, and I put a bin in it just to store some basic stuff that I would need for working on the turrets and everything, and then 100 battery to store the energy from the windmill, and then this TC. Pretty straightforward. That's there. Here, 1 second. No. Let's just do this. Don't need a rock. Okay. Don't need snowball. Okay. So yeah. So this one's just straight same, and this one the same. And now this is how I should have made all of them, is as a triangle, where it's just a triangle with a door and then your TC. I could even fit a battery in there for each one, but this one didn't need a battery since I think here I was experimenting. I put a 50 battery here, so that's enough for that one and this one for sure. Right? Oops. But I could have done a triangle for all of them except for the main base. So that's my all my bases that I made this wipe. A lot of fun. I enjoyed it. They're all gonna disappear shortly in another day or two. So I just want to do a little tour. For memory's sake, I'll store this on YouTube, and hopefully somebody sees this and they might think of some cool idea that they had to use this to make a base for themselves. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Talk to you later.